This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, welcome everybody. Glad you're here. What we're going to do in this video is cover the basic steps for credit repair. These are the exact steps that we take for our clients, and our dispute system has an 80% success rate on the first round of letters. There's always going to be that 20% that maybe you have to go back and do a second time or a third time, but 80% have success on the first round because we follow these steps, okay? Step one is order credit reports. That's kind of an obvious thing. Order credit reports so that you can see what's on your credit. We want to see what your credit scores are. You need a starting point so that you know where you began and where you're going to end. You also need to know what's there so that you can come up with a good plan of attack. We recommend too myfico.com or Identity IQ. And if you go with Identity IQ, we actually have a relationship with them where you can save some money. It's $1 to pull your credit score and just to see what's happening there on your credit profile, and you can cancel at any time. But if you stick with it, it'll be $21 a month that you'll have the credit monitoring, which is something we actually recommend to all our clients. In fact, if you're going to be a client with us, you have to have credit monitoring because that's the only way that we can keep tabs on what's going on and help you obtain your goals. So credit monitoring is a must if you're going to be working with us, but if you're just doing this on your own, we highly recommend it. MyFICO is a good one as well, but it's $40 to pull all three reports and scores, and then it's $40 a month ongoing if you want to monitor your credit. But like I said, both are good. We just have a better deal with Identity IQ, and we can save you some money if you decide to use them. Steps 2, 3, and 4, I'm going to say it's optional, but we highly recommend you doing this if you want to have the best possibility of success. It's something that we do for our clients. Well, when we have a client, we do recommend it, but in the very beginning, it's optional. And if we have to refer to it later on in the process because maybe something's not coming off the credit report, we refer to this as one of our nuclear options. It's pretty severe. But when the reporting agencies are not doing what they're supposed to, then we have to fight fire with fire. So step 2 is you need to obtain a new mailing address. The UPS store is a very good one to use. It's not expensive. Every franchise is different. Here in Indianapolis, where I live, I think it's roughly $17 a month for an address with them. And that's the thing, you're going to get an actual address. It's not a PO box. It's going to be a literal street address. So you obtain this new mailing address, and then the next thing you want to do is notify all your creditors in good standing. Give them a call. Let them know, hey, I want to change my information on file with you. I've got a new address. And here's a good note to consider. If your name is John Q. Public, and that's what's going to be on your state ID, make sure that all your creditors in good standing reflect that name. So if your state ID says John Q. Public, your creditors on your profile, it needs to say John Q. Public. If it's John Quincy Public, it needs to be John Quincy Public. Everything needs to match up. Okay. Once you've notified all of your creditors in good standing, then you're going to go after and obtain a new driver's license. So the driver's license is going to be the name that you want to be reflected along with this new mailing address. And I'm going to go into detail in a different video as to why this is important. But for this, we're just talking about the steps. And then once we've obtained this new state ID, now it's time to send a letter to the credit or to the reporting agencies saying, please update my information pursuant my ID. So now the reporting agencies are going to have your new name, the way you want it to be presented, along with your new mailing address. Okay, so that's step 2, 3, and 4. Once that is complete, that's when the file suppressions come on. And again, step 5 is going to have its own video explaining why we do this and how to do this. But you want to put suppressions on these third-party agencies that report on you, because this is where the reporting agencies or the credit bureaus are getting their information. They're not going to the original creditor, they're going to these guys. And these guys, we are legally allowed to put a file suppression or a credit freeze on them, and that just helps out in the process. So once this whole infrastructure is set up with the credit report, the new address, the file suppressions, Now it's time to do the demand letters or affidavits. And when you send out those letters, you want to make sure you send them out certified. Okay, so just to recap, we're going to step 1, order credit reports, get a game plan, figure out what you're going to dispute first. Step 2, 3, and 4, if you so choose, you want to get a mailing address. Notify every creditor that is in good standing. Once that's complete, you obtain a new driver's license or a state ID, and then you update the bureaus with your new information. And then we put the file suppressions on, and at that point, we can go after and start disputing these issues off of your credit report. So with that being said, that concludes this brief overview of how we do what we do. This is going to be in a PDF document, and it's accessible on the site here, so you'll have access to it. You can read through it, and you can watch this video as often as you want. So best of luck to you. And again, if you need anything from us, you're welcome to reach out to us, but hope that you can take this information, apply it, and see a positive change in your credit. Okay, thanks for stopping by.